Welcome to the SwimSwam podcast. I'm today's host, Coleman Hodges, and joining us today, she is an NCAA All-American for the California Golden Bears in her freshman season last year. Now she is a 2025 World Championships team member for France. She's a Paris Olympian. We are sitting down with May-Ambre Moluh. Or,
Great accent.
if you're American, Mary-Ambre.
Perfect. Thank you for having me.
This episode of the SwimSwam podcast is sponsored by Commit Swimming, SwimSwam's exclusive team management software partner. Since 2015, Commit has been providing coaches with swimming's leading workout management software. And now, Commit has team management software too. Commit wants to help you make the switch from Team Unify to a simpler, more powerful solution. Their onboarding and customer service team will walk you through every step of the way. Check them out at commitswimming.com to book your demo today. That's COMMIT swimming.com. Thank you for joining us. I know you just came from practice and it's almost 100 degrees in Paris with no AC. How are you surviving? How have you gotten through this week is my first question.
Barely surviving. I was criticizing a lot the Americans for the amount of AC and ice they use, and I just wish I had it right now. So yeah.
I'm totally with you. We're heathens in America. We use too much air conditioning. We use too much ice. However, especially if you're in the South, like you go to Europe and most of the time it's pretty nice in the summer, right?
Yeah, it is.
And it gets pretty hot and humid here especially in the South. So I guess I kind of get it, but I'm sorry that you're having to experience that with no air conditioning.
It's okay.
Just how is training going? You're in Paris. I'm guessing you went home for the summer.
Yes, I went home for the summer, especially to prepare for trials. Mm-hmm. So now I'm swimming in Paris at INSEP, the team I was in for the past 4 years. Okay. It's a lot different from Berkeley. So I guess I'm getting back to like being used to the way training is. But it's been super fun. At first I kind of struggled a little and I was also like a little bit scared, but the coaches really took the time to remind me that I did that for the past 4 years. So I will be fine. And now it's just going well. Yeah.
What is the training like there?
It's a lot of aerobic, a lot of pulling. Like I literally have rashes on my legs from the buoy and just trying to kick my way out of like just trying to survive. But yeah, a lot of pulling, a lot of aerobic, a lot of race pace and having to do it on short intervals and over again. But I think it's good training. I'm kind of taking it as a intensive training camp right now. I'm trying to challenge myself before Worlds. So yeah, but it's going well.
Yeah, that sounds nice. And you have teammates who are also on the World Champs team, correct?
Yes, I think 9 out of 11 or like out of 10 of the people on my team made Worlds. So that's a really good score for us. Yeah, we're happy.
No kidding. That's great. Who do you, I mean, is it all of you 11 primarily? Do you have a few that you do a lot of your training with?
So it's kind of different from the US. We all have the same training. We do the same. Yeah, we actually do the same. Unless it's race pace stuff, and some people are more oriented towards the 200. So there's going to be just split groups. If it's like a 200 group and a 100 group, but essentially it's kind of the same. Just the pace and maybe intervals are going to change, but for the most part, we do the same thing. So all together. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's in the sprint group with you?
On the women's side is Beryl Gasodello. She's on there, and Alban Cachot, which she's a lot younger. It's just three of us girls. And then on the sprint group right now, Mewen is on the sprint group because he qualified on the 100 back. Maxime Grousset is on the sprint group. Antoine Viquera, who qualified on the 50 breast, is on the sprint group. Ethan Duménil, he's super young. He qualified on the 4x100 freestyle relay. He's on the sprint group.
Nice.
I hope I'm not missing anybody. But we have a great group, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a great group. And a pretty deep group. I mean, you've got some French all-stars there.
Exactly, yeah.
What's one of the toughest sets you've done since being back?
I think that was today.
What'd you do today?
Because at first we were doing tapers, so it was okay. And last week back from trials, it was like kind of more getting back into it. But today was a little bit harder. So do you want me to say it to you, or?
I would love to hear it.
Okay, let me think first. So a warm up, and then we had. Can I say block? Is that what we say?
Yeah.
Okay, a block that we had to do it 5 times, and it was 50 on 100 backhand speed on a minute, and then 50 more aerobic on a minute. And so this 5 times. Following that was a 5 times 100 on 130, trying to be between plus 12 seconds or 15 seconds from your best time on the 100 free.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we had another block that was to do 4 times, and it was 50 backhand speed, 25 easy, and that, so 4 times. I don't remember the intervals, I'm sorry. But that 4 times. And then again, 4 times 100 on 130, trying to be at plus 12 or plus 15 of your PB on the 100 free. And lastly, it was a block that was to do 2 times, and it was 25 backhand speed, 25 easy, 50 backhand speed, 50 easy, and so whole thing twice. Yeah. And I don't know, it was kind of hard for me. I hate the little aerobic piece, like the 4 times 100. Oh my god! And the intervals were a little bit hard, but I mean, not hard, but. No, actually, they weren't hard, but just doing it all over again was kind of tough. But definitely not one of the hardest sets I've done there. There's some harder ones, but getting back to it, it was a little bit hard, yeah.
Yeah. Spoken like a true sprinter, I think. But no, it sounds like a lot of back-end work. Was this long course or short course?
Long course, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever practice in short course while you're there now, or is it all long course?
No, I think while I'm there, we're not going to do short course at all. I'm sorry, we're just going to do long course for sure. Yeah, but
Gotcha.
we do train. When I was there, we did train the first half of the year a lot of short course just to get like a little bit of setup for our underwaters, and also because we had like short course meets going. Coming up, but no, mainly long course right now. Mostly.
Mainly long course. Yeah, that's a lot of long course.
A lot of long course. Yeah, you gotta love it.
So going back to your French trials, you qualified for the world champ team in the 50 free and the 100. Sorry, 50 back and 100 back.
Yes,
correct.
That's right. Yeah, perfect.
As well as. Wait, you got 6th in the 100 free. You tied for 6th. What does that mean?
That means no.
Oh, that means no.
This is not USA. That means no.
Okay.
No. Okay, I'm gonna be there, and there's also Anela Pirek, who's on pretty fast in the B final. So, 2 potential that could be added in case we really need to. Mm-hmm. But I think 3 of the girls on that relay are just coming just to swim the relay. So. I don't think there's going to be the need for us to step in, but I mean, I don't know. I hope, but I don't know.
So you had a great trials, though. You went multiple best times. You made worlds in 2 events. How did you feel about the meet overall?
I kind of had mixed feelings, to be honest. I was definitely like going into the meet. I was really nervous because I didn't know where I was at with my long course. Like I just had didn't really know where I stood. And so I was really nervous about making the team and kind of had like flashbacks from last year and finishing third on the 100 back. I was super sad about that, and I just didn't want that to happen again. So when I taught my first race was the 100 back, and when I made it on the 100 back, I was relieved, and so I was happy. And then I sat on my bed at night and I was like, oh, I wish I won that race, and that was also not the time goal I had for myself. I really wanted to go under 59. So I was like, okay, that's good. I made the team, but I didn't win, and I also didn't go the time I wanted to go. And then for the 50 bag was actually the race I was most proud of, I think, because I think it had been like 3 years that I was swimming around 27.6, 27.7, 27.8, and dropping to 27.4. I was like, finally, thank you. So I was happy with that race. And then 100 free, I was honestly disappointed because I think I trained a lot of freestyle at Cal throughout the year, and if there was a race where I expected to drop, I think was the 100 free. So I was really disappointed of how much I added. It was just a bad race overall. Like nothing really added up well together. So I was disappointed about that. And then 53 was, I guess it's 53. I just went the best time, so I was happy. Yeah. So mixed feelings, but I'm glad I get to swim again this summer. And I hope I can do better. I would like to see.
Is there an added emphasis for you on backstroke in training now, or has your training pretty much stayed the same?
No, so like I said, I was doing a lot of freestyle at Cal,
Mm-hmm.
and my coach here just loves me doing backstroke, and so I'm back on the backstroke training. Yeah.
Back on the back. I'm guessing you did long course training at Cal. How do you feel like your season there kind of impacted the French trials you had and your long course season so far?
I think technically, like, I think I got a lot better at underwaters. That's for sure, and maybe not a lot better, but definitely better. And I think I also gained a lot of confidence doing them and my turns. So I would say that's like a big part of it. But also I think the way like the NCAA format is, a lot of racing in the weekends and kind of races back to back, like during the season, I mean. I think that also helped me with, I guess, again, confidence and knowing that I can do repeats. And I only had one race today at trials. So I was like, I only have one race, so I can definitely do that. What else? And also, I think kind of that, I call it the American mentality, but, just going after it and just actually racing instead of trying to swim fast, because if you race, well, ultimately you are going to swim fast. So I'm still learning that and trying to appropriate it for myself. But yeah, I guess that too. Yeah.
The American mentality.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about that one.
Please, the floor is yours.
No, I mean, it's actually crazy. I think to me the best example of that is Jack Alexi. It's just like, I don't know, just really being a dog, and you give him something to do, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it that way, And I don't know. It's just, I'm just looking at him like, oh, okay. Yeah. And I mean, I remember that one day I'm super bad at starts. How you when you have to do that to jump.
Like a relay?
Jump starts? No. Yeah, relay starts. Oh. Relay starts. And I was like, and Jack was like, what did she just do? And he goes, what was that? And I was like, no, but I can't do it. It's like, just do it. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just do it. I'll just do it. Just easy, thank you. And I don't know, just that really just going for it and not hesitating and not asking yourself a million questions. And yeah.
How do you feel like the expectations were different being
Oh,
in a college system?
the expectations were a lot different, I think, especially because the team was so big. And so I don't, the eyes obviously couldn't be always on me, which like opposed to like my team that I'm at right now, like 12 people or so. It's like you can't miss me in the water because there's only so many people to see. So
Yeah.
sometimes it was hard for me to be like, okay, I guess I have to do it by myself right now, or just nobody's gonna be telling me what I did wrong or what I did good for that 50, because actually coaches are really good at telling you and just talking a lot and just giving you a lot of feedback. That's what I mean. But I guess adjusting to being in such a big group, that was a little bit hard, but I think the coaches did a good job at just giving everyone attention for sure. But I would say something here, a lot of the attention goes beyond, like even after practice. It's like after practice, you're going to take time to talk with your coach. And then he might text you something, and then you're going to talk to him a lot. I think you get a lot of attention here. And I would say maybe a tiny bit less. But I did also get a lot of attention. So it's a little bit complicated to explain, but it's different for sure.
Do you feel like you had takeaways or things that stuck with you when you went back to France from Cal in swimming or just in life?
So keeping yourself accountable for sure. And also what I really liked, I think, Cal, is if you were making something like an interval, or if it was a 50 on 2 breaths and you did 3, I like that someone was also here to keep you accountable of that. And I think at some one day I remember I was like, oh, I did 3 breaths, like I can't do it so hard, like kind of laughing. Someone turned at me and was like, this isn't funny, you should be doing it. And I was like, actually, you're right, like thank you for that, because actually I should be doing it. So I think I definitely have that voice in my head now that says you should be doing this. And
this isn't funny.
yeah, this is funny. I remember my first 50 that I did yards. I think I breathed.
Yeah.
I breathed 2 times. It was like, I want you to breathe 0 times. How many times did we have to do? I said 0. So yeah, I guess we worked on that. Yeah, for sure.
Did you swim 50-yard freestyles, 0 breath?
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of them.
Really? Most of them?
All of them.
Was that like an easy adjustment to make?
I wouldn't say it was easy, but it had to be made. So.
Hey, accountability. You got to do it. I get.
You gotta
Wow.
do it, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. I assume a lot of people don't take a breath on a 50, but I didn't. Good for you.
Thanks.
Good for you. When you swim 100 freestyle in yards, did you have a breathing pattern?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah, but no. So it was so hard for me actually to find a breathing pattern. And I remember after my first 100, I went out of the water and I told Josh, I don't know where to breathe. Like the wall is just coming at me so fast. Because what I do long course is 4-2 on the first 50 and 4-2 on the second 50.
Okay.
But I was like breathing 4 and then 2, and then I was on the wall, or just breathing 4. I don't know. This wasn't really working, but I think I made it work somehow, because I just kept doing 4 or 2, or kind of adjusting it. Yeah.
Okay. So you got there.
Yeah.
You got there. Eventually. You are headed to Singapore for World Championships in long course. Have you been to a World Championships before? I guess I should probably know this.
No, it's okay. I went in Fukuoka. When
Okay.
was this? 2023?
23? Yeah.
23, yeah. And I also qualified in 2022, but I chose not to go.
Mhm.
So this is my second Worlds, yeah.
Okay. Why didn't you go in 22?
Because it was kind of a busy summer. I think there was
there was like
European Junior Championships close to Worlds, and then World Junior Championships close to European Senior Championships. And I think, yeah, it's funny. And I think the French staff wanted me to just gain more experience and just learn how to win before just going with the big boys, the big girls, I guess. And so what I did was European juniors and normal Europeans that summer. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. What was your experience like at your first World Championships in Fukuoka?
I don't think I did the best racing there. I think I reached the semifinal on the 50 back, but I had only qualified individual on the 50 back, which wasn't necessarily what I was training for. So a little bit upsetting to not do the event I like the most. I mean, not do the 100 back. And I also swam on the 400 free relay. I didn't do as well either. I think I just really got super impressed with the stage. But now I think I'm going to do better. I mean, after seeing the Olympics, being at the Olympics, and the stage was pretty big, I think now I can get over that and hopefully perform at the level that I know I can.
Having an Olympics in the city that you train in, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. What was that experience like for you? And do you swim in that pool normally? I'm guessing not.
No. This pool was actually built on a rugby field.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a temporary pool. So I went there to watch rugby. But yeah. But
I'd been there.
Yeah. But never swum there.
Okay. What I forget that this pool was controversial. What did you think of the pool?
I was just happy to be there. I didn't notice the depth at all. And I was like, it's the same for everybody else. So I think it's an even playing field. Now, for people who are like aiming for world records or Olympic records, bad luck this year, but yeah,
Leon still broke a few.
Yeah, he
does Olympic records. It seemed fine. I think the first couple days of competition for the Olympics people are kind of nervous anyway. It's like you're getting into the meet. I don't know. I don't put a whole ton of stock into the pool being very slow.
No. I think the Olympics is its own thing. It's like, it happens every 4 years. And so I think it's normal to not have the level you have for like another big championship. After all, like, I think the goal is winning. And being Olympic champion, that's what people are going to remember, I think. So, yeah.
Agreed. You swam on the first day?
Yes.
And that was it?
No, I swam again.
You swam again?
I did. I think. I'm just kidding. I did the first day and last day, I think, the women's 4x100 medley relay. I did the freestyle in the morning. Yeah.
I see. Okay. But how do you manage that? Like swimming one race and then like 7 days later, a full week later, having another race?
I think it's a lot on the coaches, keeping me in shape, and I just do what they tell me to do. And I was still like super focused, not getting
Distracted.
not getting distracted about what was going on. I was still going to the pool, um, just going to bed early, just really simple things. And I mean, it's only a week in my life, and I trained all year for it, so it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Which race felt better? The 400 free relay or the 400 medley relay?
Definitely the 4 free relay, because I was just so ready to swim it. I knew this was my time. Taper was perfect pick. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then it was 7 days later, so it was a little bit harder to be at the exact same, I think, but I still did good on that relay.
Gotcha. And can you describe the experience of just getting to swim in that pool with the French crowd in your home city?
It was crazy. I think they warned us all year. They kept saying it. You're gonna see there are gonna be a lot of French people. Don't get distracted. Like, and they say it, and you don't really realize. You're like, okay, I can do that. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then I walked in the morning, and so since it was a morning session, there was even more French people than was in the afternoon. And I remember just looking around me and wasn't even focused on what lane I was going on. I was just like so captivated by all these people cheering for us. And it definitely gave me a lot of, I guess, energy to push during my race. And it was awesome. Yeah. I never heard a crowd so loud. And I think, the 200 breast, Leon's 200 breast, I was not in the stands. I was back, where like the team areas are, and I could hear everybody screaming like I was right there, and it was crazy. Yeah.
What was it like being on Team France and seeing a performance like that? I mean, being teammates with someone who won 2 gold medals in one night, something no one else has ever done in history.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, you definitely like look up to him, and he just makes you want to do as great is a big word, because this is a tough thing, but just,
high bar.
Yeah, it's a high bar. But I don't know, it just gives you ideas and makes you dream a little, and which I think is good. Just makes you more ambitious, so it's definitely such an added value to the team and the experience.
What was Team France I'm guessing that was a huge momentum boost of just like knowing that he was doing well, but was it ever a situation where it's like, I can't focus because I'm too distracted by how good Leon is doing?
No, I think we stayed professional, and I mean, he's awesome, but we were also there for ourselves and trying to do our very best. So I think feeding off of his success for sure, but not letting ourselves be too much of a fan, even though you can help it, but just.
It's why you're the pro swimmer and I'm the sports writer. Because these are the things that I'm thinking. I'm like, I would just want to watch Leon the whole time. I would get distracted. That 200 fly, 200 breast double was insane. I think that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
It was crazy. And I think what was impressive to me the most is how he kept his calm after winning the 2 fly. He did the 2 fly first, right? After
come from behind. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and he was like, he didn't even cheer. I mean, he did. He celebrated his win for sure, but compared to his other races, he just didn't lose too much energy doing that. And I was like, how did he do that? Because that was, I think, one of his toughest race to win. Because Milik was right there. I would just go crazy if I was him, and
right.
Just him being such a professional, and yeah, that was impressive to me for sure. And then going and winning the 2 breasts also.
Like having to come from behind to beat Moluh, and then like, I think he was like,
yeah, he was
like,
just
that
like,
was it.
I was like, okay, kid, you do your thing.
and then to like have to start ahead in the 200 breasts, right?
Yeah.
And just like go for it. It's like,
that race really captivated everyone. Like, I remember seeing footage of just people watching fencing and just the whole stadium stopping just to watch his race, or the football players watching him race. I think it was super funny to me because I feel like football players, soccer, sorry.
I know.
I just feel like they're doing their own things. They're like super professional, and and seeing them cheer for him was like, oh wow, I think that's the best part of him winning. So yeah.
So what are you looking forward to most about it? Getting to be on Team France again this summer.
Well, I'm looking forward to like gaining more experience, and I'm happy that this year I have the 100 back. I was super sad not racing it at the Olympics, and I just hope I can contribute to our team's success by making it into finals. So I'm excited to see how it goes. Yeah.
What does your summer look like from now until World Champs start, which is, I guess, only like 4 weeks?
Yeah. So I'm going to keep training at INSEP for the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think we leave on next Saturday for training camp. Okay. Yeah, it's a national training camp in Jakarta, Indonesia. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to go there with Team France and just really get in the mood of the meet before flying to Singapore and doing our best.
Have you ever been to Jakarta before?
Never. I'm excited to see. I love how swimming makes you visit so many places.
No kidding. I'd go to training camp in Jakarta.
Yeah.
What is the key to swimming a 58-second 100 back for you in Singapore?
I think my races need a lot of cleanup. Like I told you that I got better at underwaters, but it's often like overshadowed by my start that is not good or my recovery, and it's like all the work that I've done underwater. It looks like my first 15-meter wasn't fast because those parts weren't as good. But I also think I need to believe more in myself and believe that I can do it. Like part of like after my 100 back, I just felt that I went out super slow. I think 29.0. 29.0. Which is that 29.0? Yeah.
And you went 59.1.
Yes. So I mean, and I swim 27.4.
Right.
So I feel like I can go out faster. I just need to believe that I can and just let myself go through the race. So I hope I can just, then again, like swim at the level I know I can swim at and know I've trained to swim. So, yeah.
Yeah. What speaks to you about the 100 back? Why is that your favorite race?
I just think it's because I'm better ranked in that race. Really.
I'm the best at it.
The 50, I'm well ranked on the 52, but it's just going so fast, and I like to be more. Yeah, I think you can, if you do a little mistake on the 100, you can, catch up on something else. But the 50 doesn't forgive, no.
Doesn't forgive.
No.
So true. Well, Mary, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and chat. And good luck moving forward with the rest of your summer.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking with you today.
You've been listening to the SwimSwam podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take SwimSwam podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.